Healthy eating isn't hard because you don't know what to do. It's hard because you're trying to make the right choice every single time. And when you're choosing over and over again, cook at home instead of ordering pizza, plan meals ahead instead of grabbing what's in front of you, it gets exhausting, especially when time and energy are already low. But here's the shift most people tend to miss. They rely too much on real-time motivation, which fluctuates, and that's why consistency breaks down. They wait for motivation to show up, but they actually don't have to if they have systems. Systems stay intact. Systems remove decisions, and that's why they work. So in this video, I'll share 9 simple systems that make healthy eating feel automatic and sustainable even during your busiest weeks. Once you build any of these, healthy eating stops feeling like a constant battle and starts to feel normal. The first system is the sprinkle system. Whenever you're about to sit down to lunch or dinner, look at your meal and think about what you can sprinkle on to complete it. Think of it like a functional garnish. Not only will your meal look prettier and add more texture and flavor, but it will also get a nice nutrient boost. So if you want just a small amount of healthy fats that your meal is lacking, go for a drizzle of olive oil or sesame seeds or pumpkin seeds. Or you can sprinkle on herbs and spices like parsley, cilantro, chili flakes. This adds plant diversity to your meal, which supports gut health. So each meal gets a small, very easy upgrade, which will go a long way. Second is the out-of-home system. Eating healthy becomes extra hard when you leave your house, your controlled space, and step out into the world. Whether it's the office, a social event, or a trip, there's just food everywhere. More temptations, and routines tend to fall apart. So what you can do when eating out, ask yourself 3 questions. Where's my protein? Where's my fiber? Where's my joy? Protein and fiber are your essential nutrients, while your source of joy could be that dessert that looks insanely good or that must-try indulgent dish while on vacation. This combination of protein, fiber, and joy keeps you full, stable, and satisfied. Then also remember to eat slowly and stop when you're around 80% full. Restaurants, for example, tend to overshoot their portions, so don't feel pressured to eat everything right then and there. You can always take out when you're starting to feel like you've had enough. Third is the meal timing system. This is for those who easily get hungry and think about food all day. Meal timing is when you eat at roughly the same times every day instead of waiting until you're starving. There's already a set schedule, so your body is somewhat trained to know when to anticipate food, which helps regulate your appetite. It sounds a bit counterintuitive with intuitive eating, where you respond to your body's hunger and fullness cues. But meal timing and intuitive eating actually go hand in hand. Sometimes your body needs structure to receive those cues clearly. So for you personally, prepare a schedule where you feel like you won't get hungry in between. For example, breakfast between 8 and 9 a.m., lunch between 12 and 1 p.m., a snack between 3 and 4 p.m., and dinner between 6 and 7 p.m. You space out your meals every few hours, and your meals and snacks should be nourishing enough so you don't get that accidental midday hunger crash. This can also help stabilize your energy and blood sugar level and prevent overeating at night and throwing off your sleep quality. Next up, the 30-minute planning system. So I know a lot of people don't like meal prepping. It can be intimidating and overwhelming and time-consuming. But just a little planning can really go a long way. It saves time and money and makes you naturally more disciplined with healthy eating. Planning ahead is strongly linked to better diet quality, mainly because the choice has already been made. Pick one day of the week, maybe Saturday or Sunday, where you sit down for 30 minutes and plan your meals. If you don't like planning meals to the dot, at least decide which 4 proteins, which 4 veggies, and which 4 carbs you'll have for the week. Then you can just mix and match them throughout the week. At least your essential macros are covered. Next is the grocery system. You eat what you buy. Simple as that. If you don't want to eat junk food every day, don't buy them. Remember the 30-minute planning you just had? That's where the grocery list template comes in. The template where you write down your chosen proteins, veggies, carbs, and fruits you'll have for the week, along with the other essentials you need to stock up on. Just keep it simple. Follow the list for less mental load, faster shopping, and an overall healthier pantry. After that, we have the low-friction prep system. And of course, there is some prep work involved. Those proteins, veggies, and carbs you just bought, see which of those you can cook in advance. Roast the chicken in the oven. Wash, chop, and sauté the veggies. Batch cook rice in your rice cooker. This will be for your future self, thanking you in the middle of the week when you're just wiped out and have no time and energy to cook a meal from scratch. If you do this mini prep system every week, it feels more automatic and even rewarding and less like a chore. Also, don't shy away from shortcuts like canned tuna or canned corn or canned mushrooms or pre-cooked rotisserie chicken or frozen berries. They still retain most of their nutrients and are incredibly practical. The next system is the environment design system. So you can't control what's outside, but you can control what's in your home. Up to a certain extent, I guess, depending on who you're living with. Your kitchen dictates how you eat. So if you want to eat healthier, your fridge should be filled with mostly healthy food. We tend to eat what's visible and easiest to grab with the least time to prepare. So limit temptations like candy bars or chips. They can exist, but just very small amounts of them, so it's easier to follow the moderation guideline. When it comes to healthy eating, your environment often matters more than willpower alone. 8th is the minimum standard system. On the hardest days, when you're super busy, what's that one non-negotiable that you set for yourself? That's your minimum standard. For example, at least one vegetable per meal. And to achieve this, always have canned veggies or kimchi on hand for days when there's no other option. Or drink at least 2 liters of water per day. To achieve this, have a 1-liter tumbler with you, so you just drink 2 of that throughout the day. Having this minimum standard system prevents the all or nothing mindset. Just because you didn't reach other health goals today doesn't mean you can't show up in any other way. Your minimum standard keeps your momentum going even during hectic weeks. It also builds your identity as someone who shows up no matter what. And last but not the least, the 80-20 permission system. For healthy eating to truly be sustainable, you need to allow yourself the 80-20 system. 80% of what you eat is the whole, nourishing food, while 20% is for the other food that mainly gives you joy. This allows flexibility whenever you're eyeing a dessert or having birthday cake with friends. There's no guilt or cheat days because when you look at the big picture, a slice of cake won't outweigh the healthy and balanced meals you have most of the time. This also prevents the cycle of restricting yourself too much, like trying to eat right 100% of the time, which is not realistic, to the point that you end up relapsing and binging. So if healthy eating feels hard right now, it's not because you're lacking discipline, it's probably because you're relying on motivation in a world that constantly drains it. When you build systems, even just 1 or 2, healthy choices stop feeling like major effort and start feeling normal. So pick a system that feels doable this week. And let that system support you even during busy, messy, real-life days. Hope you took away a system or 2 from this video. And if you're at that stage where you just want to be healthier overall but don't know where to start, this video on 6 ways to start a health journey in 2026 might help. Feel free to check it out and subscribe to this channel for more videos on simple nutrition, wellness, and motivation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.